Hello everyone, Zellerant here, and for today's video on Chaos Zero Nightmare, I thought we'd go ahead and take a look at the tier list that looks like Prudwin just updated. Kind of want to see where everybody I have kind of falls on here. Not much has changed with my account since I last showcased it, other than the fact that Mika here, which absolutely deserves to be on tier 0, I think everybody knows that with how good she is with the AP friendliness and heals, because she's actually on Hadu's banner, and I got Hadu in a single 10 pull. I only had one copy of her, and I decided to pull a few more times up to Soft Pity to try and get more copies of her. And knowing my luck on this game, in 50 pulls while working on getting Mika, I actually got 2 more copies of Hadu in 50 pulls. So I have her at A2 now. And I did get 2 copies of Mika as well, so I have her at A2. So it's just crazy how much that banner has given me on this account. But I haven't gotten any other characters. So my main SSRs are Veronica, Kalipe, and Hadu on my account. Plus, I've been using Mika a lot. So we're going to kind of focus on what I have here, what I've experienced with, because a lot of the characters I haven't really been able to use yet, because, I mean, once you get to that end game grind, where it's wanting you to level up characters, you're very limited on resources. But I am slowly working on the other ones I have, and I've been able to try some of them in the event, like Cassius, which we'll talk a little bit about. But some of them I have no familiarity with, so I probably won't talk too much. I just want to kind of go look at it real quick and kind of give my thoughts on the ones I have. Now, seeing that Veronica and Kalipe are at the tier 0, it makes sense by seeing how good they are that I have found. Now, as well as Mika, and then Hadu at tier 1, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I haven't really, like, the only one they have here at tier 0 is Hugo. But I can see right off the bat they call him AP friendly, which I think is a big thing in this game. All the tier 0s are the AP friendly ones. That may, well, other than Kalipe, but that's because she's just crazy good with shields and damage. But I can see in the future that, depending on what other units we get, where maybe we get even stronger, like the SSR version of Mika that makes AP less of a problem, and then this may move up some of the more AP hungry ones up to the top. But for now, yeah, being able to use a ton of cards has been very, very useful. And I mean, her at, I mean, she basically is elevated to tier 0 with me now that I got 2 dupes, because her second dupe makes it where she can actually cast Anchor Shot with no AP cost. She just basically uses the remaining AP to cast it. And so you can use that to really ramp up its damage. I mean, you do less damage on her A2 because of that, because it's like reduced by 40%. But it's very good for ramping up the card. So if you get 2 copies in your hand, you like 90% of the time you can't even use both of them, or you want to use other cards, especially in the beginning when it's weaker. Just throw them out there when you're out of AP, ramp up its damage, and so it's overall very, very good. There, I mean, Mika I think is self-explained. I mean, she's massive heals, massive AP, makes sense. Kalipe, massive shields, the massive AoE. And even though she is AP hungry, I found that she's pairing very well with Hadu for me, because Vulture Ejection, which has retained, meaning it's not going to get thrown into the discard pile at the end of a turn. So until you use it, you have it. And then it's Celestial, which means you don't even have to use the cost of it. It'll get auto-casted when you do a 2 or higher cost, which she has 2 of. And then if paired with Hadu, you have tons of that within her kit. So yeah, crazy. Like, these two together, Mika and Kalipe, have made tanking out the fight so much easier. Now, Veronica I have, and she makes sense because she's so AP friendly. And one of the big reasons is she's kind of a set up and forget it. You set up her bus, and then as she draws ballistas, she just keeps shooting random targets. But that's kind of one of the negatives, in that she's not very AoE, which is why I currently don't really use her. And she'll be used once I start having to deal with more heavy single target bosses, and I start getting more to that end game where I can't just push through them with Kalipe and Hadu, and it's more, you have to actually kind of build teams around the specific content. When you have like a single target boss, she's going to be crazy good with just constantly being able to do massive damage to him without really any cost to her. I found Tressa, I only played with her really in the beginning when she was like the main one you used. She's kind of got that, like she puts, what is it? Yeah, the dot on them. I always thought it was like a poison type dot. And yeah, just overall pretty good. I don't know really the teams that she fixed in. I don't know if they've really, I don't think they've expanded on the decks and teams yet here. So I'll kind of have to see when they update it with that. So I don't know where I'd fit her currently. I'm really not using her at this point, but they have her at tier 0, so I definitely need to kind of see where, because I'm going to need to kind of get my second team built here soon. And so I'll probably try and fit her into somewhere, probably alongside Nia, since Nia's pretty good as a support side of things, and since she's AP, like the AP friendlies will probably work really well alongside Nia, since she's not going to be as AP friendly as Mika. But she can do a lot of draws for cards, and that'll be very good for your AP friendly ones. She was the first one I was trying alongside Hadu and Veronica, and it was just, you were hungry for AP that entire time. Now, Cassius, I do not have, but I got to try him out in the event. And man, I just like the whole kit with the whole cards. And you're just, I mean, I don't really know enough about him to really kind of have much to say other than the one fight that it let you do with him. But I just felt like I was spamming cards the entire time, and we were just constantly drawing more and more cards. And then alongside Hadu, so I don't know if it treated her at higher dupes on it, but doing what he was basically doing, being able to probably pull like her anchor multiple times in a single turn and really ramp it up, I could see that being very useful. So it makes sense he's right here. I could see him being even higher. I mean, I don't know if they're taking into consideration the dupes on the 4 stars yet. I know in other games, they kind of ramp up the dupes on the 4 stars as the game's longer in terms of what they consider them in terms dupe-wise. At tier 0, I'm guessing some of these are a little bit weaker than when you get them at max dupe, which is going to be a little bit harder on the non-rate up ones currently. Beryl I haven't really used much yet either, but she's kind of a hybrid DPS. I think I've got her at like 4 dupes because I was pulling. She's the other rate up on the banner. I haven't really tried her yet, but I've heard a lot of good things about her. She's another one that can do a lot of draw. And so maybe like the big ones I need to find is like the good draws to pair with my AP friendly team. Like build the AP friendly team that has a lot of draw versus the ones that are more AP hungry that just does big damage with the limited cards you have. So I haven't really focused on building a deck yet because the content hasn't been hard enough yet for me to really need it at this point, while I'm just slowly leveling up. Of course, the free one they gave us is going to be down at the bottom. I kind of leveled up a little bit in the beginning and tried her out, but I was mostly using her on auto. So I remember her, yeah, she gave shields, but I mean, it was nowhere near compared to what Kalipe is doing for me, so that makes sense. Don't know enough about these. I think I tried her out in the beta. I mean, she's just a waifu. That's one of the main reasons I liked her in the beta. But I think, yeah, it's going to be hard for any of them to compete with Kalipe. And so, yeah, mostly all just more defense. Like having a support alongside any of the defenders is really good. Like just having shields and heals, you're super, super tanky, and then you just need the big damage dealer. That's pretty much all I have. I don't know enough about Hugo. He's like the one I didn't want the most, so I don't have him. It's crazy that he's tier 0, but I don't really want the furries. So I was looking for the more waifu units, which is pretty much everything I've drawn up this point. So, Mei Lin was one of the top picks people were trying to re-roll for alongside Kalipe. So it looks like they moved her down to tier 1. I don't know if she got debuffed or not, but she is AP friendly as well. So I don't have her, don't know much. Man, Rin, man, I really liked Rin in the beta. Don't have a copy of her yet, but yeah, she's a big single target damage, very good. She probably will be the one when I hit 300, if I don't have her yet, where I will use the selector to pick. I don't know if it'll allow you to pick any of the other ones other than the starting ones. Now, if they add, like, since they all get added into the standard pool, if they start adding people into the standard pool that can use that 300 selector once we've done 300 standard pools, that could change. But for now, she is definitely my main target. But we'll see. I mean, we're still getting a lot of standard pulls come in as we level up, so I may end up getting another one of these ones. Like, these are the 2 big ones I want. Don't really care about him. Don't know enough about her. We had that one fight where we used her, but she's kind of that gunslinger, and I think she's the only... Is there anyone else that's a hunter? Anyway, I don't really... Because you have the ranger... Oh, okay. Lucas is a hunter. I don't know anything about him, but it looks like they have him lower. Controller... Yeah, your controllers are like your big, like you're always going to want a controller in a team, which that's one of the things when it comes to the battle pass is getting the partner for the controller, since you pretty much always want one in your team. Probably going to be your best first pick. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I thought I'd just take a quick look on the main units I have. I don't really have much to say on anyone else, but overall, looks pretty good so far. I mean, makes me wonder what some of these other ones do in terms of compared to the ones I have, because I've had no problems with my current team, and it makes sense that they are rated where they're at. But as time goes on and they start adding more to this, we'll kind of discuss them as they get added compared to what I currently have. Because my goal is to try and pull pretty much every unit as they come out, as long as I don't pull all my pulls like I did on Hadu here. But that should be possible being in, so we'll just have to see how it works. That's it for now, and if you like my content, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps, and thanks for watching.